Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna show how to make your first mission in the quest editor of the Valkyrie tool, which is for Descent and Mansions of Madness. So before we start creating our first mission, we go to the Select Content section to ensure that all the expansions we maybe want to use in our quest are enabled. We can do that by just clicking at the mission. If it's grayed out, it's not enabled, and if it's not grayed out, it's enabled. So without enabling an expansion, the tiles, tokens, and other stuff of the expansion will not be available in the editor. Therefore, we have to do this step first. As you can see here now, I have enabled all missions for Descent. Most of the stuff I'm going to show now is the same for Descent and Mansions of Madness. In the later videos, you will see some differences for the battle system and other stuff, but in this first video, there shouldn't be any differences. So I'm going to click at the quest editor menu now, and now I'm going to create a new mission using the new button. Now the quest has been created. I can delete it again using the delete button and choosing my quest. And I can also copy a quest. So clicking the copy button and selecting quest afterwards. See a big list of quests here, but I'm going to select my quest 1. We will get a copy of the quest with the same name. So to clear this, I'm going to start with my quest 1 here now. The first thing we are going to do here in the first editor window is setting the name of our quest. So my quest is named Bow Before Your King, Demo 1. By the way, you can already find the complete quest in the mission selection screen of the Descent part of Valkyrie. So maybe you can check out this quest. Now, a description, we will just add some flavor text here, or not even that, we will just say add some flavor text here. And here too, you can copy paste text just by using Control-C and Control-V to paste the text again. Here we will say add some flavor text here. You can see this text in the mission selection screen of Valkyrie. Okay, authors will be me and another author text for searching. Now here we can say which expansions are required. So if we are already planning on using some tiles or monsters of a specific expansion, we definitely have to add it here in the required expansions. So for example, if I want to add some Nerikal tiles, I would have to use this SON button here. I can remove the required expansions again by clicking on this minus button. In this tutorial, we don't need any expansions, so I'm not going to add anything here. Next is the min and max hero number. We will not change this, so you could play it with 2 heroes, 3 or 4 heroes. The duration will be 30 to 60 minutes. And the difficulty will be quite easy, so let's say 3, oh, no, 1, I think it's 1 to 5, nope, nope. It's a double value, so we have to use this dot here. So I will make it easy, 0.3. Okay, now we can already check if our mission is available at our offline mode selection screen. So I save the mission using menu and save. going to the main menu, say new game. And to show it now here, we have to use the go offline button. Now it loads all missions we have available in offline mode, so we have already downloaded, and here our mission will appear. It's this one, Bow Before Your King Demo 1, and the flavor text I defined before, the duration, and the difficulty. If I click on the play button here now, we will get to see the other flavor text and the author, and again difficulty and duration. So let's now go back to the editor. The first thing we are going to do now is placing some tiles on the map. Tiles can be placed using the components button here and afterwards clicking on new tile. You can move around here on the map by holding the left mouse button. And you can click on an object using the right mouse button. If you click on an object, the camera will automatically move to the object again. So now I'm going to change the tile I want to use. And as you can see here, some of the tile has this blue color. This means that the tile is already in use. So if it's a special tile which exists only once, you know that you can't use the other side of the tile. So as you can see, it's the waterfall side here. And now I know the throne room side cannot be used if I want to use both tiles, but in my case, I want to use the throne room tile. So because our demo mission is after the final mission of the Shadow Rune campaign of Descent, I'm gonna rebuild the map from this quest. To do this, I need to rotate our tile a little bit. So I'm gonna click on the rotation button here. Now it has been rotated. And the last thing I want to do for this tile now is just naming it. This is very important because you will have to reuse the tile on quite a lot of different areas in the editor. So a good name is very useful. So in our case, the good name is just 1B because it's tile 1B, as you can see here. And now I'm going to place the next few tiles. So one end cap. You can position a tile using this snap button. So I clicked on snap. Afterwards, you click somewhere where you want to add it. And it's already positioning the tiles at the correct position. You can always see where you have to click by looking at this circle, at this blinking circle. It will show you where you have to click to connect it somewhere. So we need another end cap. Rotate it again. Add it here, and before I forget it, I'll name it 1B end cap 1. And the other tile I forgot, 1B end cap 2. So our next tile is, let's see, 4A. If you don't see your tiles directly, you can use these traits here on the left, and those help you to make the number of tiles which are shown here a little bit smaller. So I know my next tile is outside. So I'm going to click on the outside trait. And now I see it here. Click on it, and get it again. And oh, yeah, this can't be connected, so I have to use a transition tile in between here. So another tile. This one. Snap, and we want to move the position of this tile again. So I'm going to right click it and snap. Okay, that's good for now. Now our first few tiles are placed. Now the next thing we want to do is placing a search token. Tokens are little circled markers we place on the board in Descent. So we're going to click on Components again and New Token. Now a search token has automatically been placed here, but we want it here in the right corner of this room. We're going to name it again. Search 2 players 1, because it's a search token which will only be shown or always be shown for 2 players or more players. We will later on have tokens which are only shown if there are 3 or more players, and only tokens which are shown when there are 4 or more players in the game. Okay, our token has been placed. Now, if a user clicks on the token, we want to have a little bit of sound played. So we click here on the audio section. And now we are looking for the audio button 1 sound. This list is automatically ordered in an internal order of Valkyrie. You can switch to an alphabetical order by clicking here on the A button. I always do this because the audio button 1 sound will be played very often. Okay, looks good. Now I have to check my predefined tutorial again, what kind of text we had in here. So in this case, we want to show some flavor text again when the player clicks on the token, and afterwards make him able to use a search action to get something from this token. So we will add some flavor text here. And furthermore, we want to make it italic. You can do this by using the I command here. And now the text will be italic, and the text below text is not italic. Okay, you can see the difference. You can also use bold text. So this text is bold. Again, a little bit different. So most of the time when we're describing something, we will use the add some flavor, the italic text formatter. If we want to tell something regarding the rules of our quest, we are using the normal text. And if we have something very important, we can use the bold text. So maybe a special rule or something like that. Special rule like this. So, but we don't need anything of this. We will remove it again. And now we want to add the button to make the players able to search something. So the text of a button can always be added here below. And we want to make this little arrow be shown at the button. So we click here. Now the text will be added here at the top, but I will cut it and paste it below here. Oh, the italic thing we don't want to add here. Action search. Okay, looks good. Now let's try our. Now before we can try our token, we have to add the tiles and the token to the board at all. So otherwise the players will just see a black screen. To show you this, I can use the save and test button. Choosing some random heroes here, and now the mission starts, but nothing happens because nothing has been added to the board at all. So to add something, we will go back to the editor, and now we will create our first so-called event. Events do stuff like show some text, add some tiles or tokens to the board, or do the logic of our quest. So now we click on new event, and we will name this event. We call it start. And now we will use a so-called trigger. Triggers are used to automatically start an event depending on a special kind of trigger. In our case, it's the so-called start trigger, event start. So this event will be automatically called when the mission is first started. Okay, now we are going to add some components automatically to our start event. So I click here. Now go to tiles and I will just add all the tiles from our first room. I will not add the other two tiles, which I forgot to name, because for the first event we only want the first room to be shown. Furthermore, I will add our token. So token search to players. Now, when we start the mission, we should see all of these tiles here in this area. Okay, looks good. Now, if we click on the token, our flavor text is also shown. We have a cancel button, which is automatically added here. So before I forgot it again, I will name my tiles now. So this is transition 1B, other way around, 1B transition. And this is 4A. Cool. Now, if you can remember, the last mission of the Shadowrun campaign has a door here at this position, depending if you're on the last mission using the Dragon Lord or Sacharash. I think only in one of the two types the door is here, but we will place a door here. So I'm going to new door. As you can see, the door looks like in the app. We will snap it again here at this position and we will change the color of the door, making it yellow because it's a normal door. We'll name it, so it's door 1B. And we will again add some flavor text, a sound when the door is clicked, and an action text, because the heroes always have to use an action to open the door. So action open. Okay. Now we will go back to the event logic I've shown before, because when the user uses the open button, another event should be called, which removes the door and places the next tiles. So I'm gonna call this event open door 1B. We will have another sound here and some flavor text and some rules text. Now this time remove the door and add 4A as shown. So now we will add the 4A tile and we will remove something for the first time using the remove components action here. So remove our door. And I think something I forgot, this transition tile has not been placed in our starting event, so I have to check that. Event start, no, the transition tile is missing, so I'm gonna add it here now too. And that's it. Let's test it again. Oh, we can test it because I also forgot to add our door to the start event. go back, go to the start event, and add the door, and try it again. Here our door finally is. By the way, you can scroll in or out using the scroll wheel of your mouse. It's pretty useful. And now I'm gonna click at our door. The flavor text, we have the button open here. By the way, the button next to an token or door will only be shown if there's another event followed by it. So here at our search token, we still can see the button even if there's a text defined because there's no event to follow afterwards. So now we click on open and our new tiles have been shown and our door has been removed. Now we will make another event for our search token because the hero should gain some gold when the search action is used. So I'm gonna copy the name of the token again, add a new event here, add token here in the front, and again we have some flavor text and some other text saying the heroes found for gold, and remove this token. We have some audio again, and we will remove the search token once this event is called. Okay. Now let's test this again. Okay, perfect. So we wrote here in the text that the heroes found 4 gold, but the app itself doesn't know this until now. So we have to rework our gold found event a little bit. I'm going to click at the token again, go to the event. Another way to find components you have already been placed is using the components button here again and choosing the objects here from the .ini files. So if, for example, if I'm looking for an event I want to change, I can click on events.ini and click on the event name and the event will automatically be opened. So instead of just saying here you found 4 gold, we will now increase the number of gold which is set in the app. And this can be done using a variable. Variables are down here. And assigning a variable is used here using the assign button. So I'm going to click on it. And I'm not directly going to increase the gold, but first I'm going to create a new variable here, calling it event token search to players 1 gold. And the value will be 4 as I have said it before. And the next thing we're going to do now is setting the gold using this built-in gold variable to be increased by +4, so by plus our variable. Okay, perfect. Now the nice thing is we already can reuse this variable and we can use it here in our text above. So I'm gonna add here a bracket var and the double point and the name of our variable, which was event token search to players 1 gold. Now every time the players click on the button, they will automatically see the value defined in the variable. Let's test this. Okay, here is our token. Here are our items. Currently we have 0 gold. I'm going to click on the token now and do the search event. We can see the text is, of the variable is replaced by the value, and our gold has increased to 4. When setting a variable, always watch out that you're not using the equals button, because it will completely override the value of the variable. So if we would say here gold equals our variable, and we have collected some gold before, it will not be added but completely overwritten. So this was the first part of the tutorial series. In the next part, I will show you how you can also place some monsters the heroes can fight against, and we will go a little bit deeper in the event logic. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.